Yo, welcome back to Cage Calculated. Today, we have UFC 328 generational card. This might be fight card of the year. I don't think that that's insane to say. Maybe better than 327, definitely better than 326. We
100%.
have Tristan back. Welcome back again,
How's it going?
Tristan. Doing well. Excited to have you back. We're going to have some banger picks on this card. We've got some awesome fighters. We've got obviously Kamzat, Sean Strickland, Joshua Vance, Tsuro Tyra, Waldo Cortez Acosta is going to make his blob appearance. You got some banger fighters on the main card. You got some solid early prelims, some solid prelims. Tristan, you ready? Let's just jump right into this.
I'm ready. Let's do it.
All right, let's go. We've got Clayton Carpenter and Jose Ochoa opening up the early prelims. This is going to be a flyweight bout. Clayton Carpenter coming in this one, losing two straight, but is a very dangerous fighter, has some really good sub ability. With Ochoa, on the other hand, a little bit more of a on the feet fighter, has some good takedown defense, great striking defense, and is looking to try and keep this fight on the feet. Tristan, who do you have opening up the card?
I got Jose by decision. I think he's going to stay. Actually, have him by a KO round two. I apologize. He's going to stay active on the
Okay.
feet, winning exchanges, and then in between clinching, he's going to land good shots. And then I feel like he's eventually going to catch Clayton and put him out in the second.
I like the pick. I'm going to agree with you. I've got Ochoa by TKO. Fights out of a great gym. Shute box is the southpaw, and I think that's going to cause some serious problems for Clayton Carpenter. Carpenter does throw some with some decent volume on the feet with decent accuracy. Has great takedowns, but I just don't think that it's going to be enough. Jose Ochoa moves really, really well around the octagon. Again, mixes up his strikes really nicely, and he does have a sneaky submission game. Does have an anaconda choke win in his recent fights. I think he's going to be able to get a decent scramble takedown on Clayton Carpenter, make some ground and pound go on, get the referee involved, maybe flatten him out on his back, and yes, wail on that head. Mixes up the strikes really well, can mix up to the body. I think Jose Ochoa, this is his fight to lose, is a slight favorite, but I think he is definitely the one to win this one. Got Jose Ochoa by TKO. Next fight we have on the early prelims, we've got Bizinger Suzurkaya versus DeJordan Santos. Bizinger Suzurkaya, training partner and buddy of Khamzat Chimaev. So we know this guy's really up to good things while not fighting. But Santos 2-1 in the UFC, has had some decent wins against Danny Barlow. Did lose to Ozzy Diaz, who we'll see later on in this card. Does train out of American Top Team, so really solid gym as well. Suzurkaya out of Kill Cliff FC. Tristan, who do you have on the second fight of the night?
I got Bazinger in round two by TKO. I think his power is going to overwhelm Santos in the first round, and I think he's eventually get caught and put out in the second round.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, I'm going to go with that same pick. I have Suzurkayev by knockout. Suzurkayev is a little bit slow to get started. I watched him in the Eric McConico fight.
Yeah.
Did start really slow. McConico did really clinch him up and smudge him up against the cage in the first round, but you did see him get on that horse and really start getting going. He's undefeated for a reason. He has two knockouts and a sub so far in the UFC, has a height and reach advantage in this one. Again, trains out of Killcliff FC, who has great fighters in that gym. You've got Shavkat, Buckley, Machado, Gary. They all train under Henry Hooft at that gym. So really solid coaching staff, and they're going to really get him prepared for this one. Not to disrespect to Jordan Santos, but he's a high volume striker, high volume absorption guy. We've seen these Brazilian type fighters who just show up, have decent resumes, but they just are chin magnets and they're just going to get slimed in the first round. I'm going to go with you on the second round. I think that Bizinger does start a little slow, but I think
Yeah.
Suzurkayev should get this one done. And if it stays on the feet, he will get a knockout. It's just a matter of time.
100%.
Moving into the third fight on the early prelims, we've got Pat Sabatini versus William Gomez. This is an interesting fight. Sabatini really, really solid on the ground, is from Philadelphia, so you're going to see a little bit of that Philly magic in this fight. William Gomez is a really rangy fighter, does fight out of the MMA factory, and is a solid southpaw. So we've got an interesting fight. A lot of southpaws in this card. It's going to be a theme throughout this video. Sabatini, the wrestler, Gomez, a little bit more of the striker, but is decent on the ground. Tristan, who do you have in the featherweight bout?
I got Sabatani. I think he's just going to use his wrestling really well and kind of make it hard for William to get anything going. I think it's going to be a boring fight, unfortunately, and I think he's going to lay on top of him, but just do enough to get a win.
Yeah, I like it. I mean, I think Sabatini's going to win this one as well. I do have him winning this one by submission.
Wow.
I've watched a little bit of film on both of these guys. Sabatini and Gomez, I think, are really, really close. I had a problem trying to pick both of these guys, and I was leaning William Gomez just due to the striking factor.
Yeah.
But even with the reach advantage, even with the height advantage, the shorter arm guy usually wins when it goes to the ground. And I watched Sabatini's takedown ability, and he is just really, really solid at scrambling, has great control time, looks to take the back at any given given moment. Looks to take the fight to the ground in any given moment, and he's not that bad on the feet. Does have a strong overhand right, really good hooks to the body, and I think William Gomez is going to be trying to back up the whole time. Sabatini is really good on the pressure, really solid on the front foot. William Gomez could maybe land like a counter at any given moment. Sabatini did get, I think, almost knocked out in his previous fight because he almost gave up too early. There was like 8 seconds left in the round and almost got head kicked to oblivion and cut him really, really bad.
Wow.
But I don't think he's going to, lose this fight in any given moment. I think Sabatini has the advantage in this one, especially on the ground. William Gomez isn't bad, and he does have some great butterfly hooks to defend the takedown, but Sabatini is going to be really solid, and I think he's going to get the submission possibly like round 3 whenever, Gomez gets a little bit tired of the control time and I think he gives up his back and gives up his neck and maybe see a rear naked choke there. I think this
Yeah.
is going to be a decent one. It could be boring in some instances, like you said. I think it's going to be a lot of control time and Sabatini just trying to find his openings on the ground, taking what Gomez gives him. But moving into, I guess, the featured fight of the early prelims, if you even want to call it that, we've got Roman Kopylov versus Marco Tulio. Kopylov is a fan favorite of Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan loves to glaze this guy. Has had some really solid fights, solid resume. He lost unanimous decision versus RoboCop and Paulo Costa. Did knock out Chris Curtis. Tulio, on the other hand, 3-1 in the UFC, coming off a knockout loss to Christian Leroy Duncan, but does fight out of a Chute box with Jose Ochoa. Really good volume, really good striker. Really solid power for both of these guys. I think someone's probably going to get knocked out in this one. Tristan, what do we have in the featured early prelim?
I got the Southpaw Roman. He's a little bit more experienced. Uses his leg kicks well. I wonder why Joe Rogan likes him. And I think he'll use his experience, good striking, and I think he'll get it done in round 3 by TKO.
Love it. Love the pick. This is going to be, I guess, the first pick that actually disagree on. We didn't disagree
Yeah.
a whole lot last week,
No.
but first fight that we're going to disagree on, we've got Remy itching herself in the back. Hey, jump up on the bed. Featured the dog. Let's see. We've got the dog. This is Remy, so we get to have that.
Shout out Ruby.
Awesome. I don't even know where I started. But Kopylov, man, like you said, is a southpaw. 86% of his wins do come from knockouts, so he does rely a lot on that power. And I think Marco Tulio, though, does really well against switch stance guys. Has a win over Ustri Belgary in the Dana White Contender Series, who is now a surging contender in this middleweight division. 3-1 in the UFC, fights again at a Chute box. I'm going to go Marco Tulio by unanimous decision. I think you may see a little bit of some tentativeness from both of these guys. Both of them might not want to engage because they know that power is there from both of them. They both have elite knockout power. I wouldn't be surprised if that first round is a little bit slow, but then they're going to find their range, hopefully, in that second round. Try and land some big shots, but I think that both these guys have solid chins. I don't think Kopylov has ever been knocked out. Tulio's a little chinny, but not too bad. I think both his losses are from knockout, but he should be fine in this one. I'm going to go him by unanimous decision. I just like the accuracy and the low absorption rate that he has. Moving into the prelims, we have the Unk Bowl of every Unk Bowl we've ever had. We've got Jim Miller, UFC legend, against Jared Gordon. Jim Miller having the most fights in UFC history. Excellent submission specialist, has a reach advantage in this one, incredibly dangerous on the ground, while Gordon, super athletic for a 37-year-old, has some serious power, decent ground game. It's going to be an interesting fight, and I wouldn't be surprised if this one ends in a finish. But Tristan, who do you have in the Unk Bowl of Unk Bowls?
I don't like making this pick, but I got Jared Gordon. I love Jim Miller. His performance against Bobby Green at UFC 300 was awesome. But I think Father Time is eventually going to kick that door down, and it's Jim Miller's time to go. Jared Gordon's going to get this done in round 2. He's going to survive Jim Miller's early attacks, but he's going to counteract that attack with a round 2 stoppage.
I've got Gordon by knockout as well. Like you said, Jim Miller, he's just getting up there in age, and it just feels like, when is it going to be that fight where he really shows his age? I mean, luckily he is, again, a ground specialist. He wants
Yeah.
to fight on the ground. He wants to make this fight really, really slow and kind of grind out a win. But I think it's just time, man. And I saw him lose against Chase Hooper, and Chase Hooper is, we love the Gooner, but he's not that good. And Jim
No.
Miller really did struggle with the grappling of Chase Hooper. Jared Gordon is a decent grappler, obviously not as great as Jim Miller, but he has a serious, very serious overhand right. Did get a knockout win versus Thiago Moises, which is a fantastic win, especially at his age. Has lost to Rafa Garcia. Did get a split decision loss to Nate Hack-Parast. but he loses to better fighters, but beats worse ones. And I think that this fight is his to lose. I think he's a favorite for a reason. I like the knockout power. I like the feet, like the feet, like the feet, like the feet, feet, like the feet. I like what the fuck am I saying? I like the feet. I like that fight. Dude, I'm gonna have a stroke. I'm gonna keep this all in the video, by the way. We're gonna just like grind this shit out. I like that he strikes at a really high clip. I think he's gonna really keep this fight on the feet. Solid takedown defense. Jared Gordon bombs Jim Miller with an overhand right. Let's go Gordon by TKO or a knockout, either or. We're cool with either.
Bang.
Unk Bowl winner. Moving into the next fight, we got another lightweight bout. We have Grant Dawson versus Mateus Rebecki. 1-1 in 2025 is Grant Dawson. Had a unanimous decision win over Diego Ferreira. Did lose to the phenom Manuel Torres, who's looking to get a pretty big-time fight here soon. Seeing some news on that. Does have a solid reach advantage as well as a height advantage in this one. Fights out of American Top Team. And funny enough, Mateus Rebecki actually fights out of American Top Team as well. I don't think he specifically fights out of American Top Team in specific, but I think he does actually train with them sometimes. These guys have taken pictures together in training, so these guys are very familiar with each other. Going to be an interesting fight. Tristan, who do you have in the teammate battle?
Grant Dawson by UD, or not UD, maybe even split decision. It's gonna be a boring fight. He's gonna jab at range. He's gonna take him to the ground if needed. He's gonna take his back, not do anything with it, but he's gonna do just enough to get the win and take care of the boxer, Rebecki.
Yeah, I like the pick. I think what really intrigues me about this one is that Mateus Rebecki is a southpaw, but Grant Dawson is also a switch stance fighter. So I'm curious to see how he decides to use his stance switching in the stand-up game. Like you said, Grant Dawson does have a fantastic ground game, really high takedown efficiency, wants to mix in his takedowns along with his striking. Like you said, Rebecki is a little bit more of a boxer, wants to keep the fight on the feet, but is 0-2 so far in the UFC. Lost to Ludwig Klein, lost to Chris Duncan. I mean, like I said, these guys are training partners. They're familiar with each other. I think it's going to be a slow, kind of grinded out style fight where Grant Dawson does go for some serious clinch time. Yeah, it's just going to be tough to see some of this action. I think that they're just going to be a little bit of tentativeness to throw, but I think Grant Dawson does have that smudge ability where he's going to be able to control Mateus Rebecki, really limit the striking from his side, and be able to use that solid takedown ability to limit this fight. I think Dawson does win this one by unanimous decision as well. Up next, we have possibly low-key, maybe even fight of the night. This fight I am absolutely ecstatic for. You have Joel Alvarez versus Yaroslav Amosov. Alvarez, 4 straight wins in the UFC, has lost to Arman Tsarukyan, or he'd be undefeated so far in the UFC, but has unanimous decision wins over Vicente Luque, a knockout win over Jakar Klose. Really high-level striker. Amosov, on the other hand, is a former Bellator champ in the welterweight division, submitted Neil Magny in his UFC debut. And if you're able to submit Neil Magny, you're able to submit a cockroach. It's unbelievable. Does fight out of American Top Team like a lot of these different fighters on here. Has a really solid team around him. Pretty low striking numbers, but is very patient, very smart, very high fight IQ, and just has some really solid takedown ability. Tristan, who do you have in this banger matchup?
I'm going to take Joel Alvarez, or Joel, however you say it. I just like his length. That sounded gay as fuck. Oh my god.
I like his girth and tonnage.
What?
I'm going to take Joel Alvarez. I like the bigger fighter in this one. I mean, I looked at JDM versus Carlos Prates. I thought JDM's skills were going to be too much for Prates, but Prates just stayed at range. He just leg kicks well, won the exchanges, and put out JDM. So I'm going to take the bigger fighter with Joel. And he's going to get it done in round 3 or UD.
All right, bro. We don't have to talk about 9/11 with JDM,
sorry,
where we had to witness Carlos Prates.
45,
CP having
50.
to do his thing, but we all had to watch CP, and we're all CP watchers now. So I guess that's where we're going. CP is the greatest.
Bro.
No, I guess we're just following each other's picks, or I guess I'm picking after you. But yeah, I've got Alvarez as well. I was back and forth on this one. I saw Yaroslav Amosov fight against Neil Magny. He looks really, really good and is ranked in the welterweight division for a reason. Joel Alvarez, man, like you said, has really good features as far as his height, his reach advantage in this one. I think that he has really high knockout ability, solid takedown defense, really great on the ground, great scrambler. I just see Yaroslav Amosov not being able to handle some of the ranginess of Joel Alvarez, really getting kind of just pieced up on the feet, and
Yeah.
maybe Amasov finds some takedowns, but I don't think Alvarez is a slouch on the ground. I think he's going to be able to find some kind of defense, scrambles and gets up super easily, and I think he's going to frustrate Amasov. I'm going to go Alvarez winning this one by unanimous decision, but this could be possible fight of the night. This fight looks like a banger on paper, and we hope that it lives up to that expectation because I'm excited for this
100%.
one, man.
Me as well.
Featured fight of the nighttime. We've got Atiba Gautier versus Ozzy Diaz. How Ozzy Diaz got this matchup is beyond me. He probably knows Bibi Netanyahu. Regardless, I guess Atiba Gautier gets another victim to slime. I mean, he is going to do his worst to Ozzy Diaz. I'm not going to put it to you kindly, Ozzy Diaz. Time, brother. You're going to get cooked. Tristan, I'll let you make your pick, but I think we both know what we're about to do.
Yeah, Tiba round one. His last fight didn't go his way or how he thought he was gonna go. He usually slimes out his opponents in like 2 seconds. His fight actually went to the distance, if I remember correctly. He's not gonna let that shit happen again. He's gonna go in the ring, do his thing, and get Ozzy Diaz out early in round one.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not even going to try and break this fight down. I mean,
No.
the only legitimate chance Ozzy Diaz has is maybe Atiba Gautier has a glass chin because he's never really been tested because he's, looks like a monster.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, Ozzy Diaz is it's over, dude. It's time. You are compromised and you will be defeated this Saturday night. I don't even know what to say. It's really
Rest
rough
in
to
peace.
see. But yeah, Atiba Gautier by knockout, Atiba Gautier by murder, Atiba Gautier by beheading Ozzy
Whatever
Diaz.
he wants.
It's gonna be pretty rough. It is what it is. I mean, Ozzy Diaz, prepare your butt cheeks, dude. It's gonna be rough.
All right.
Moving into the main card, another possible fight of the night. Is this not a banger? We've got King Green on a main card. King Green versus Jeremy the Fluke Stevens. King Green, 2-fight win streak, had a huge win over Daniel Zellhuber. Tristan, you made some money off that. We'd love to see
Bang!
it. We
Free
do
money.
love to see that.
Free money.
King Green, free money, King Green. There's going to be some serious shit talking. You cannot wait for him to just be like, yeah, man, we're going to fucking destroy Jeremy Stevens, man.
Haven't seen
He's
this fight
dead,
yet.
man.
Haven't
Like
seen
Jeremy
me.
Stevens, I mean, Jesus Christ, dude. Jeremy Stevens is 1-4 in his last 5. I mean, shout out Miles Price, who decided to gift him a win. Who the fuck is Miles Price? But
Dude, I don't know.
Jeremy Stevens isn't chinny. I guess I'll give him that much credit. But Tristan, I think this fight's going to be pretty easy for us, too. Pretty much a layup.
Yeah,
on the main
dude.
card.
Shout out King Green. He's gonna get this done in round 2. Jeremy Stevens is so old now. I mean, he's the same age as King Green, but King Green's been more active with actual wins. He's gonna get done round 2. I'm not gonna put much more into it. It's an easy pick. Bobby Green by something.
But yeah, Tristan, I'm going to agree with you. The only thing I'm going to disagree with, I think this one goes to a decision. I think Jeremy Stevens just isn't the type of guy to get chinned. He's just kind of one of those old fucks who just kind of roaches his way to a decision, whether he wins or loses. King Green has a timeless fight style. Thug Jitsu is going to try and, use his high level striking defense, keep his hands down, really look for his shots, rip to the body, mix in those takedowns. People don't know about King Green's takedown ability, but he mixes those takedowns in well, gets some great ground and pound. Jeremy Stevens, dude, I mean, we are in the big 2-6. Jeremy Stevens should have retired in like 2017. This dude's fought like 5 times in the 2020s. So I think Jeremy Stevens is going to get cut the fuck up. I think there's going to be blood everywhere all over this arena by the time
How
that
about
these
a,
fights are done, especially with, Jim Miller fighting. I mean, God.
How about a
you're gonna see some
doctor
serious-
stoppage on Jeremy Stevens?
Ooh, I like it. Okay. I
I'm
can
gonna
get on
take
board
that.
with that. Maybe
I'm gonna
King
take
Green
that.
I like it. I low key, I could see it. Like King Green just pieces him up so
Dude,
badly in the first and second.
I got a
round,
bet on this.
Cuts him with some serious elbow.
It's gonna come back. It's gonna be a doctor stoppage. I swear to God.
It's got to be
I don't
like
want
a
to swear to
plus,
God.
like
But,
at least 3,200 for a doctor stoppage to
Dude.
happen pre-fight.
dude, put $5 on
never
that
know.
shit.
Dude, is that like $350? $5?
Dude, I don't know.
$250?
Free money. Free money.
Hey, free money. Bet on King Green. Even though he's a minus 300, you're still going to make money. He's going to fuck up Jeremy Stevens, and we're all going to be witness to the greatness that King Green's going to put on this Saturday night. Hey, man, watch the fight Saturday night. Moving into a fantastic welterweight fight, we've got Sean Brady versus Joaquin Buckley. Sean Brady coming off that terrible Michael Morales loss, but hey, that seems to happen when you fight that dude. Did submit Leon Edwards, which is a just great thing to see. We all hate Leon Edwards. Joaquin Buckley did lose unanimous decision to Kamaru Usman. Sneaky, not really prediction, not really like too much of a under the radar type thing. But I think these two are going to be talking mad shit during the press conference.
Oh
I
yeah.
think these guys are going to be beefing the entire week. Joaquin Buckley just has that personality where he says just backhanded compliments that pisses off everybody. I think Sean Brady's going to be seething by the end of this fight week. And I think this is going to be a really solid fight. Tristan, who do you have in the welterweight matchup?
I have a little bit of an upset. I have Joaquin
Uh-oh.
Buckley by UD. I'm not very confident. That's
Interesting.
what my gut is telling me. He's been training with Kamaru Usman, a legend of the game. I think he's a little more mature, and I think he's picked up some good tips from Usman. And I think he's going to use his reach, striking, and wrestling takedowns or takedown defense. My bad, to get a decision and get it done after three.
Interesting. I'm going to disagree with you on this one. I think Sean Brady gets this one done. I think he does win by unanimous decision.
Yeah.
Um, Maybe he, gets rocked a couple times. I think Joaquin Buckley does have that ability, and yes, Sean Brady wears knee sleeves, so that makes me pretty freaking worried
Ah.
about this pick.
Yeah.
It's very worrisome for me, and I don't like betting on people who wear freaking knee sleeves. But regardless, really low volume on the feet for Sean Brady, but just is so fluid on the ground. People forget about how great he was pre Michael Morales knockout, and even pre got knocked out by remember the
Beforehand.
name fucking Bilal. I can't ever remember his name
Oh,
because
he
he's
got
so
knocked
dog
out
shit.
by Bilal.
Unfortunately.
Damn.
Hey, we're picking for Sean Brady. Fuck, I keep like shitting on him, but he does set up his takedowns really, really well, mixes up
Yeah.
his strikes well, does, go for the body, does go with some serious leg kicks. I think he's going to look a lot better in this fight. I think Joaquin Buckley is going to struggle with some of that takedown ability because Sean Brady is fantastic on the ground. Joaquin Buckley's a southpaw, so it could put a little bit of a wrinkle into this fight, but I think that Joaquin Buckley does lose this one if it goes to 3 rounds. I've got Brady by unanimous decision. Moving into the featured fight of the night,
Yeah.
Alexander Volkov, 37-year-old Alexander Volkov, but he's still solid against Waldo Cortez Acosta, one of the guys who's kind of been forgotten about in this heavyweight division. We've been so focused on Josh Hokett and all these other guys that are moving into the
Yeah.
rankings. We kind of forgot about this guy was the like featured elite prospect moving into this year in the heavyweight division. But Volkov is a solid fighter in the heavyweight division, has a split decision win over Jailton, snuck into a UFC fight,
Uh,
Almeida. Has a height and reach advantage in this one, is a giant in this division. Walter Cortez Acosta, 3 straight knockout wins. Unfortunately, signed out Derek Lewis. We're not going to talk about that. Very athletic, very good on the feet, really solid knockout power. Tristan, who do you have in the heavyweight featured fight of the night?
I have the favorite here. I have Volkov by unanimous decision. He's way better technical fighter than Waldo Cortez Acosta. He's been battle tested, been in later rounds, and I just like his striking and his ability to keep the distance. And if Waldo Cortez Acosta needs to close the distance, I think he's gonna get caught by Volkov moving in. But I don't know this fight's gonna be ending to finish. The heavyweight fights recently have been really good and been going to the distance, except for Tai Tuivasa. That was a nightmare to watch.
All right, we're not going to talk about that. I'm
But
still hitting a shoey regardless.
but I got Volkov just because of his experience and his reach.
Interesting. I'm
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Waldo Cortez Acosta by
Well,
knockout. I think that Volkov is really good from range,
yeah.
but I don't know. His chin is gonna be up in the air. He is so tall that I think Waldo Cortez Acosta can catch him with a mean uppercut. I know that I picked against him in the Derek Lewis fight. We're not going to talk about that, but regardless, I was really impressed with Waldo Cortez Acosta. He is incredibly fast, very athletic, is a big heavyweight fighter. Fights at like 261. I know Volkov fights at like 265, but I don't
Yeah.
think Volkov's going to be able to use his ground game as well as people think that he might. I think this fight will stay on the feet. I think Waldo Cortez Acosta does throw with enough volume to really confuse Volkov. I think he's going to try and stay on that front foot. I have him catching him. I have him catching Volkov and moving into the top 3 of this division and getting a title shot here soon. I don't know if Pereira is going to get one. I don't know if, Cortez Acosta, Josh Hokett. I don't know what they're going to do, but I hope that Waldo Cortez Acosta fights Josh Hokett soon. That's
100%.
my like sneaky prediction here. Hopefully by like, October, November, that'd be a banger fight to make if these guys are ready to go. But yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, Waldo Cortez Acosta, I have him winning this one. Alexander Volkov, again, great heavyweight, but is getting a little up there in age, and maybe it's time. I don't know. He's fought a lot and taken some serious damage, especially from those Cyril Gahn fights and some of those Aspinall fights. He did get whooped, and I think Waldo Cortez Acosta is that good. So we'll see. We'll see who gets that one right. I'm curious to see. That's going to be a good one as well. But moving
Mm.
into a title fight, we've got a flyweight banger. My sweet, sweet Pookie Bear, Joshua Van, is fighting against Tatsuro Taira. We are the Van clan. We want to win this fight. We are not a fluke. We are not a paper champ. Joshua Van is the man. Tatsuro Taira trying to get the first Japanese title back to Japan, Japanese born title back to
Yeah.
Japan. Tristan, what do you have in the flyweight title bat?
Got Tyra by UD. I don't like this pick, but I think he's going to use his reach to his advantage, and I think he's going to win in the wrestling exchanges and just smudge up against Van just enough to get a win in the end. I think his striking is not on par with Van whatsoever, but it's good enough just to suffice what he needs to do on the feet and then get to those grappling exchanges and getting him to the ground and just kind of smudging his way to a win.
Oh,
I know.
dude. I do like the pick. I really do. I do.
Yeah.
Tatsuro Taira, I mean, he's knocked out Brandon Moreno, which I mean that win isn't like, elite anymore, but pretty solid win back at UFC 323. Subs Hyung Sung Park. Yes, he lost a split decision to Brandon Royval. And yes, people are saying, oh, because Joshua Van whooped Brandon Royval, which that fight was pretty close, by the way.
100%.
Tatsuro Taira lost to Brandon Royval. Joshua Van should win. I don't think it really works like that. First and foremost, I want to get that out of the way. I like Tatsuro Taira. He is very just pretty great on the ground. The guy makes grappling super exciting, and he has a solid right hand. He bombs people with that right hand, has elite knockout power. Joshua Van fights out of the 4-ounce Fight Club in Houston, is from Myanmar, but claims Houston as his home just as I do. I love Joshua Van, but I'm going Tatsuro Taira by unanimous decision.
What?
I looked at this fight and I went into this one with a clean slate mind. I went, okay, if this was not a title fight, if Joshua Van didn't have the title, who do I think is going to win this one? And I think Tatsuro Taira is going to get this one done. I think his striking is being incredibly underrated. Yes, Joshua Van is a monster on the feet, elite boxer, moves around so quickly. But Tatsuro Taira has elite takedown ability. He's such an athlete. He has great striking. And I think people don't see how great his ability is on the feet. I mean, he has a 33% knockout rate, 42% first round finish rate. He has really, really good power that I think is better than Joshua Van. Joshua Van wants to touch up the body. He wants to bring your hands down and look for some headshots. But I don't think he has the elite power that we may see from some of these other flyweights like a Manel Kape or a Tatsuro Taira or even a Pantoja, I think has better power than Joshua Van. Regardless, Joshua Van isn't a paper champ. I know people get pissy about him being this, oh, well, he was celebrating after some guy got injured. What is the dude supposed to do? He's 24 years old, had an elite 2025, and wins the belt. Yes,
That's
it may have been a
insane.
little bit fluky, but who gives a shit? Sometimes the UFC and sometimes MMA works out in your favor. Thank you, Yuri, for not capitalizing on that shit. That fucking, I still
Bro.
can't get over that.
AI generated.
Regardless, oh, dude, it's so bad. I will never get over that loss. But Joshua Van has elite takedown defense, but I think Tatsuro Taira is going to grind him down in a 5-round fight. I think Tatsuro Taira takes it. I think he wins this one in a 48-47 decision. I think it's going to be really close. I think that it will go to a decision or Tatsuro Taira gets a sub. I don't know that Joshua Van is going to be able to just deal with the pressure and the volume of Tatsuro Taira just relentlessly moving forward. And I think he moves so well. But this is a really difficult matchup for Joshua Van. I think I'd feel better if he was fighting Manel Kape, quite honestly.
Wow.
I'm going to go Tatsuro Taira by unanimous decision against all of what I want. If Joshua Van wins, I apologize.
Celebrating.
I should have never jumped off the bandwagon. I'm celebrating like I picked him. So regardless, I don't lose here, I guess. I mean, I really want to see Joshua Van win, but I think Tatsuro Taira is going to get it done. Ugh, that makes me sick to say.
I know.
But we got to make smart picks. We got to make the right pick. And I picked
I know.
JDM on an emotional pick when I should have picked Carlos Prates, and look where that got me. So we got to make right picks. And Tristan, we both know that now. So
Yeah, we do.
we're making a smart one here. But moving into the main event of the evening, Khamzat Chimaev, Sean Strickland. The beef has never been stronger. I am curious to see how they handle these press conferences. This press conference genuinely might be better than the fight.
Honestly,
This
that's
is
what I've been
going to
seeing.
be an unbelievable. I mean, it's going to be insane. I think that there's going to be so much security. I wouldn't be surprised if
Secret
got the
Service is gonna
Khabib-
fucking be there, dude.
dude. We're gonna get like the Khabib Connor repeat where we have people jumping into the cage. It's gonna be insane. But
Dude.
Khamzat Chimaev, we know the drill. I mean, this dude is a monster. Really solid on the ground, really solid on the feet, really just doesn't have any weaknesses that I can tell. But Sean Strickland just has that dog in him. He is that guy. Sean DeQuavion Strickland. Tristan, who do you have in the main event of UFC 328?
I got my boy Sean Strickland. I just like fun fighters. He actually at least strikes. I know it's kind of boring-ish, but I can't stand
Defense
people.
isn't boring.
Dude, I just can't stand people who just lay on other people and just get wins that way. Like Tommy, what was it, Sutherland? Whatever, Louis Sutherland.
Louis fucking Sutherland.
God, dude,
terrorist of the sport.
It was already like 7 a.m. in the morning. We were been up for like 4 hours and we get rewarded with that shit. That was annoying.
Fucking
as fuck.
blob sitting on top of my king title.
Literally.
Preventing me from hitting a shoey.
Dude,
Jesus,
we
dude.
all wanted the Shuey clip. Anyways,
We did.
Sean Strickland also has good takedown defense. I think it's be better than people are expecting against Khamzat's grappling. And I do think there's a chance that Sean Strickland just breaks him down over 4 rounds and somehow gets him down and get a TKO in round 4. I mean, I don't really know. I'm not really confident in this pick. I just don't like Khamzat, to be completely honest.
You're a better man than me. I'll give you that.
I just
mean,
can't.
I
I don't care.
we all want Sean Strickland to win, by the way. Like
100%.
this isn't like a pick that I'm gonna make feeling like I am proud of myself where I'm picking Khamzat Chimaev, but I'm not gonna make it a mystery. I'm picking Khamzat Chimaev to win a unanimous decision. Elite takedown ability, elite, just elite guy. I mean, this guy is one of the prospects of all time where he is just that good. But man, Sean Strickland, I think low key has the best possible chance out of any of these middleweights. I am really curious to see if he utilizes his grappling. According to Dustin Poirier and a couple other fighters in his camp, Sean Strickland has really, really elite wrestling. And yes, he doesn't use it as much anymore, uses a lot more of that Philly shell, tries to box and break down his opponents. But apparently when he was fighting in the UFC, when he first came out and looked like a man child, but actually used grappling at that point, apparently it was pretty damn good. And I think that he might have to go back into that bag and maybe he gets up from some serious takedowns. I won't be surprised if he gets up from Khamzat Chimaev's takedowns. I think his ability to scramble and get back on the feet is really solid, but Khamzat just has the power advantage in this one. I think Sean Strickland doesn't. Sean Strickland may be able to land on some body shots and land a couple hooks, but I think that Khamzat is going to inevitably win this fight despite what I want. I want Sean Quavion to win this one, but I think Khamzat's just going to get it done. It's really going to just piss me off whenever Khamzat lays on top of him, but I hope to God that doesn't happen. On the other hand, Khamzat does have the ability to make a fight exciting. People forget about him fighting on 10 days between fights. That was elite. That's the Khamzat we want. And I wouldn't bitch about Khamzat as much as I do now if he did that type of crap. I'm not asking for him to fight every 10 days, but I'm asking for him to fight more than once a year. Once every 365 days sucks. You need to fight twice a year. And I think he has an opportunity to really make himself more of a fan favorite. And he has an opportunity against Sean Strickland. Yes, the incels might be pissed off whenever they knock out their king. But Khamzat, you got an opportunity to try and win fans and win a following and maybe even give yourself an opportunity to move up to light heavyweight where that division is in shambles.
Yeah.
You never know. That's me trying to make lemons out of lemonade. But regardless, Khamzat Chimaev going to win a unanimous decision. Who gives a shit? I mean, I don't really want to see that, but I guess it's what's going to happen. I'm confident Khamzat's going to get it done and he has the ability. But that press conference is going to be elite, and I cannot wait to see it. It is going to be so much fun. Yeah, it's going to be gas. Tristan, final thoughts on this card. Which fights are you most excited about?
Probably the heavyweight bout versus Volkov and Acosta. I think it's going to be really exciting. High level. It's going to be a high level fight in the heavyweight division, which we still need to keep seeing more of. Hogan and Blades kind of put the heavyweight division back on the map, and it's been bangers ever since. And then probably the Bobby Green fight. He's just always really exciting when he fights. So, yeah, I like those fights.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. I Bobby Green fight is going to be elite. I think that fight could be fight of the night. Joel Alvarez versus Yaroslav Amosov is my dark horse fight of the night favorite. That fight's going to be elite. Can't wait to see it. Obviously, Joshua Van, I really do hope he gets it done and makes me look like an idiot. But, Tatsuro Taira is a solid fighter, and I'm curious to see if he does win, if they bring a fight to Japan. I really want them to have a fight in Japan where kind of everything started with MMA. I mean, the following would be awesome. A Manel Kape Tatsuro Taira fight in Japan would feed families. And I mean, we all know
they fought. I think.
Belt.
No, they didn't. Different fights.
Yeah, they had before. They fought in Rizin.
They did.
They fought in Rizin.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
It was a sellout crowd too, which I mean, it was fighting in a ring, but it was still freaking awesome.
Yeah.
Make it a rematch. Japan would go apeshit over that. I mean, it's You wonder sometimes why they don't put some of these fights in actual venues, but hey, we got a badass fight, guys. We're gonna be in the fucking Apex. Enjoy
Yeah,
having four
literally.
fans there, and the extreme cutting out every 18 seconds. By the way, not gonna be there. I'm gonna be fucking making Power Slap happen and trying to
Zuffa boxing
do
bitches.
bullshit, gambling. I mean, fuck me, dude. Best I can do is 2 Power Slap tickets and a handshake.
Hello,
Take it or
fight
leave it, kid.
fans.
Jesus Christ, dude.
What was the
We'll
question?
see. But what's the question? Fucking hell. But appreciate y'all guys watching. Hope y'all enjoy this card. This card is shaping up to be a banger. I think regardless of the outcome in most of these fights, I think this fight card is an absolutely stacked card. Super excited to watch it. Gonna be with Tristan in PCB.
Yeah, we will.
I'm gonna dox myself. I guess that's what I'm fucking
Oh,
doing
whatever.
now,
I don't
but
care.
regardless, it's gonna be it's gonna be so much fun. Appreciate again y'all guys watching. Hopefully y'all are already following our Instagram, but if not, go check it out. Make sure to like and subscribe the video. Tristan, you know what to do.
See ya.